Hello and welcome to a special sort of video. Today we are going to do a furry Hunger Games. It's been done before? For fuck's sake! Jesus Christ. Well, we're still gonna do it because fuck creativity, right? As the tributes stand on the podiums, the horn sounds. Cheto finds a canteen full of water, Cookie finds a backpack full of camping equipment, Fusion takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia while Strix finds a bow of s'mores and a quiver, Spence and Josh fight for a bag, Josh gives up and retreats. B grabs a backpack and retreats. Person finds a canteen full of water and Zacian runs away from the cornucopia. Fur, Hanto and Blue work together to get as many supplies as possible. Storms runs away from the cornucopia, while Beeper does the same. Val and Sprite fight for a bag, Sprite gives up and retreats. Mega runs away with a lighter and some rope. Maddie runs away from the cornucopia as well as Zabadica. Sigmund runs away with the lighter and some rope too. Lumo runs away from the cornucopia. Lillian sets off an explosive, killing Apollo. Jesus Christ. Tibia runs away from the cornucopia. Mega begs for Storms to kill him. He refuses, keeping Mega alive. Person steals from Spence whilst he isn't looking. Fusion tries to spear fish with a trident. Hanto forces Lumo to kill Cookie or Fur, he kills Cookie. Lillian and Val work together for the day. Maddie collects fruit from a tree. B receives clean water from a non-sponsor while Tibbs and Sigmund threaten double suicide. It fails and they both die. Beeper receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Zabadica receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Blue questions his sanity and Josh receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Zacian discovers a river. Cheto chases Sprite. Strix questions his sanity. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Apollo, District 7. Cookie, District 5. Tibbs, District 3. Sigmund, District 3. Strix tries to sing himself to sleep. Hanto sees a fire but stays hidden. Beeper becomes buff and lets Cheto touch his muscles. Lumo, B, Mega, Storms and Val sleep in shifts. Fur and Maddie run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Zacian and Blue sleep in shifts. Fusion and Lillian sleep in shifts. Spence passes out from exhaustion. Zabadica cooks his food before putting his fire out. Sprite screams for help. Josh becomes buff and lets Person touch his muscles. Zabadica thinks about home. Spence practices his archery. Lillian travels to higher ground whilst Maddie questions her sanity. First stalks Mega. Val discovers a cave. Hanto begs for Josh to kill him. He refuses, keeping Hanto alive, and Lumo injures himself. Sprite steals from B while she isn't looking. Blue storms Cheto and Strix hunt for other tributes. Person discovers a river. Fusion is pricked by thorns whilst picking berries. Zacian tends to Beeper's wounds. Josh, Fusion and Person cheerfully sing songs together. Lillian is awoken by nightmares. B tends to her wounds, while Storm lets Blue enter his shelter. Sprite looks at the night sky. Hanto looks at the night sky too. Zacian questions his sanity while Val accidentally detonates a landmine whilst trying to arm it. Rip. Cheto tends to Spencer's wounds. Lumo, Maddie, Mega and Fur sleep in shifts. Strix thinks about winning and Beeper destroys Zabadica's supplies while she's asleep. Josh tends to Cheto's wounds. Fusion injures himself. Zabadica searches for a water source while Zacian explores the arena. Strix safely avoids Mega and Fur, letting them out later. Maddie goes hunting. Person travels to higher ground, while Storms is picked by thorns whilst picking berries. Hanto tries to spear fish with a trident. Lumo fishes. Spence collects fruit from a tree. Sprite diverts Lillian's attention and runs away. Blue Bee and Cyclone hunt for other tributes. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Val, District 9. Fur stays awake all night. Lillian is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warm. Mega, B, Person, Sprite and Maddie sleep in shifts. Cyclone shoots a poisonous blow dart into Fusion's neck, slowly killing him. Blue begs for Zacian to kill him. He refuses, keeping Blue alive. Josh is awoken by nightmares. Spence receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, and Strix tries to treat his infection. Cheto questions his sanity. Hanto goes to sleep. Lumo and Storms run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Zabadica cooks his food before putting his fire out. Sprite receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Blue thinks about home. Cyclone travels to higher ground whilst Cheto explores the arena. Mega runs away from Josh. B receives some medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Lumos diverts person's attention and runs away, whilst Lillian tries to sleep through the entire day. Fur, Maddie and Zacian hunt for other tributes. Hantor receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Storms receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Zabadica questions his sanity. Spence and Strix work together for the day. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Fusion, District 5. Blue questions his sanity. Hantor quietly hums. Storm stays awake all night and Cyclone receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Zabadica, Zacian, Lillian and Person sleep in shifts. Spence thinks about home. Maddie tries to sing herself to sleep, while Josh fends Fur, Strix and B away from his campfire. Mega begs for Lumo to kill him. He reluctantly obliges, killing Mega. Cheto becomes buff and lets Sprite touch his muscles. Zacian receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Spence tends to Sprite's wounds. Zabadica practices his archery, while Person steals from Josh while he isn't looking. Fur stalks Cyclone. Blue receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Lumo travels to higher ground. Maddie receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Cheto steals from Strix whilst he isn't looking. Storms chases B. Lillian and Hantor split up to search for resources. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Mega, District 7. Cheto cries himself to sleep. Lillian kills Storms with a hatchet. Spence, Stacy and B, Zabadica and Person sleep in shifts. Josh and Fair run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Strix tries to treat his infection. Maddie receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Hantor loses sight of where he is and Cyclone thinks about winning. Lumo and Sprite hold hands. Blue quietly hums. Sprite runs away from B. Josh attacks Blue but he manages to escape. Maddie stabs Fair in the back with a trident. Lillian diverts Hantor's attention and runs away. Person explores the arena. Spence makes a wooden spear. Lumo sprains his ankle whilst running away from Zacian. Cheto makes a slingshot. Strix looked at his paws. Zabadica constructs a shack. Cyclone is pricked by thorns whilst picking berries. Two cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Storms, District 2. Fur, District 8. Strix screams for help. Lily, Josh, Lumo and Hantor tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Bees, Zabadica and Person cheerfully sing songs together. Zacian tries to treat his infection. Sprite begs for Maddie to kill him. She refuses, keeping Sprite alive. Blue, Spence, Cheto and Cyclone sleep in shifts. Josh discovers a river. Cyclone safely avoids Spence and Blue, letting them both out later. Maddie searches for a water source. Hantor tends to Cheto's wounds and Person sprains his ankle whilst running away from Zabadica. B diverts Lillian's attention and runs away. Zacian receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Lumo hunts for other tributes. Strix goes hunting and Sprite tries to sleep through the entire day. Alright, now let's see who's alive. Spencer is alive. Cyclone has one kill and is alive. Stormy is deceased. Glace is still alive. Tibby and Sigmund are both deceased, leaving District 3 now completely eliminated. District 4 are both still alive, Sprite and Blue. Cookie and Fusion are both deceased, leaving District 5 deceased. District 6 is alive and well. District 7, Mega and Apollo are both deceased, unfortunately, leaving District 7 completely eliminated. District 8 only has Lillian left, with 2 kills, believe it or not. Fair is unfortunately deceased. District 9 only has 1 person left, which is Zacian. Val is unfortunately deceased. District 10 still has both of its tributes alive. Lumo has 2 kills. Person doesn't have any. District 11 still has both of its tributes alive. Hantor and Cheto still going strong. And District 12 has Joshua and Maddie still alive. Maddie has a kill. Alright, on to the rest of the game. Zabadica stays awake all night. Zacian receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Blue destroys Cheto's supplies whilst he is asleep. Maddie fends Lumo, Sprite and B away from her fire. Cyclone tends to Hantor's wounds. Josh is awoken by nightmares. Person, Lillian and Strix sleep in shifts. Spence tries to treat his infection. Person camouflages himself in the bushes. Zacian makes a slingshot. Lumo tries to sleep through the entire day. Josh injures himself. Sprite receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Maddie, Strix, Lillian, Zabadica and Blue hunt for other tributes. Hantor travels to higher ground. Spence defeats B in a fight but spares her life. Cyclone receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Cheto collects fruit from a tree. Lillian starts a fire. Sprite thinks about winning. Zacian tries to treat his infection, B starts a fire, and Lumo swallows Person, giving them a place to rest. Cheto thinks about home. Maddie convinces Josh to snuggle with her. Strix tends to his wounds. Zabadica thinks about winning. Spence receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Blue tends to his wounds. Cyclone questions his sanity. Hantor stays awake all night. Strix receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Cheto sprains his ankle whilst running away from Sprite. Lillian injures herself. Zacian poisons Maddie's drink but mistakes it for his own and dies. Cyclone forces Hantor to kill Blue or Lumo. He decides to kill Blue. Josh diverts Spence's attention and runs away. Person safely avoids B and Zabadica and letting them out later. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Zacian, District 9. Blue, District 4. Lily and Josh, Strix and Spence sleep in shifts. Hantor tries to treat his infection. Maddie begs for Cheto to kill her. He refuses, keeping Maddie alive. Zabadica convinces Lumo to snuggle with him. Person, B, Sprite and Cyclone sleep in shifts. Sprite receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Cheto makes a slingshot. Person sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Lillian and Cyclone split up to search for resources. Lumo stalks Hantor. B, Spence, Strix and Maddie raid Zabadica's camp whilst he is hunting. Josh tries to sleep through the entire day. Hantor receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. B is awoken by nightmares. Strix quietly hums. Zabadica, Lillian and Beef are sleeping shifts. Cheto fends Josh, Maddie and Sprite away from his fire. Person tracks down and kills Spence. Lumo receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Person and Lumo work together for the day. Sprite is pricked by thorns whilst picking berries. Josh receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Cheto travels to higher ground. Cyclone fishes. Hantor discovers a river. Strix travels to higher ground. Lily and Zabadica, Maddie and B hunt for the tributes. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Spence, District 1. Cyclone passes out from exhaustion. Person sets an explosive off, killing Cheto, Sprite, Josh and Hantor. Fucking hell. B climbs a tree to rest. Strix and Lumo talk about the tributes still alive. Lillian tries to treat her infection. Maddie tends to her wounds. Zabadica goes to sleep. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons and memoirs from the Tributes family. Zabadica ambushes Lumo and kills him. Maddie throws a knife into Strix's head. Person catches B off guard and kills her. Cyclone decides not to go to the feast. Lillian decides not to go to the feast. Zabadica and Lillian split up to search for resources. Maddie and Cyclone split up to search for resources. Person thinks about home. 7 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Cheto, District 11, Sprite, District 4, Josh, District 12, Hantor, District 11, Lumo, District 10, Strix, District 6, B, District 12. Alright, we're back again to check on everybody's status. In District 1, Spencer is dead, Cyclone is alive with a kill. In District 2, everybody is dead, Stormy and Glacier are both deceased. District 3, Tibby and Sigmund are also both deceased. District 4, Sprite and Blue are both deceased too. District 5, Cookie and Fusion are both unfortunately deceased. In District 6, we have Strix who is deceased and Zabadica alive with a kill. District 7, both the Protogens are dead, Mega and Apollo. In District 8, we have Furry deceased and Lillian alive with 2 kills. In District 9, Val and Zacian are both deceased. In District 10, we have Lumo who is deceased with 2 kills and Person alive with 6 kills. District 11, both Hantor and Cheto are deceased, but Hantor has 1 kill. In District 12, we have Joshua who is unfortunately deceased, but Maddie with 2 kills. Who do you think is gonna win? Comment below right now. I wanna know your predictions. Lillian and Person run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Zabadica convinces Maddie to snuggle with him. Cyclone cooks his food before putting his fire out. Zabadica picks flowers. Person thinks about home. Maddie runs away from Cyclone. Lillian makes a slingshot. Lillian looks at the night sky. Zabadica is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Maddie lets Cyclone into her shelter. Person cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Maddie tries to spear fish with the trident. Cyclone injures himself. Lillian severely injures Zabadica and leaves him to die. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Person, District 10. Zabadica, District 6. Lillian convinces Maddie to snuggle with her. Cyclone tries to treat her infection. Cyclone practices his archery. Maddie fishes. Lillian receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Maddie looks at the night sky. Cyclone starts a fire. Lillian sees a fire, but stays hidden. Cyclone looked at his paws. Lillian made a wooden spear. Maddie fucking dies of dysentery. A monstrous hurricane wreaks havoc on the arena. Lillian is fucking sucked into the hurricane, oh my god. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Maddie, District 12, Lillian, District 8. The winner is Cyclone from District 1. So many people are gonna think this is rigged, oh god. I'm gonna tweet this real quick. Okay, we have Cyclone in first place with only 1 kill. Lillian in second place with 3 kills. We got Maddie in third place with 2 kills. We got Zabadik in fourth place with only a kill. Person in fifth place with 6 kills. Glacier in 6th place with no kills. Strix in 7th place with 0 kills. Lumo in 8th place with 2 kills. Anto in 9th place with a kill. Joshua in 10th place with no kills. Sprite in 11th place, no kills. Cheto 12th place, no kills. Spencer 13th place, no kills. Blue 14th place, no kills. Zacy in 15th place, no kills. Fair 16th place, no kills. Stormy 17th place, no kills. Mega 18th place, no kills. Fusion 19th place, no kills. Val 20th place. Sigmund 21st place. Tibia 22nd place. Cookie 23rd place. And Apollo 24th place. Whew, Jesus Christ. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of whatever this is, but I'll probably be doing this again in the future. I mean, it's up to you. I personally don't know what you guys want. I mean, if you like this, I can just keep doing it. I really don't mind. I mean, I'm enjoying doing it. It's a bit time consuming, but I don't really care, you know what I mean? Just tell me down below what you want, and yeah, well, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.